Main event. Main event of the Madison Square Garden card. You'll be all done. You'll be able to sit back, get a nacho, and enjoy it. Conor McGregor and Eddie Alvarez. How do you see that playing out?
I see Eddie Alvarez. I see this as his fight, and it's his fight to lose. I think he's the better all-around fighter. Obviously, Conor, his left hand is ferocious. His movement is tricky. His footwork is fantastic. His unorthodox approach to striking is beautiful and fun to watch and entertaining. Eddie Alvarez is a pit bull. He's a bulldog. He is a pissed-off animal that wants to throw big bombs and hit big takedowns. That's a recipe for disaster for Conor. If Conor is scared of the takedown, he can get hit. And if he's scared to get hit, he's easy to take down. The thing that was missing with Nate Diaz was Nate doesn't have beautiful takedowns. He's a fantastic grappler. If he gets in that clinch range, he can hit those tricks, but he doesn't have a powerful shot. He doesn't have a great double. He doesn't have a great single. He can't switch out to a body lock and launch anybody. Alvarez can. So I think it's going to be an uphill battle for Conor. If I was going to be a betting man, I would put some money on Alvarez.
I see it that same way. And one thing and Conor is the real deal. It's not, for a while we thought it was just talk. It's not. I mean, he's a world champion, 145 pounds, but boy, going up to 155 and changing that weight. And one thing about Conor, Tim, I'll tell you, he comes out and swarms guys. And he creates a hurricane, and generally there's nobody left standing. And nobody in history has ran over Eddie. They just don't come out and run him over. He's too fast. He's too skilled. It's going to be tough. It's just tough to kind of close my eyes and visualize a way that Conor comes out on top in that one. And that's just my opinion, but we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a tough fight. I'm excited, because Conor comes in. His game plan is going to be a nuanced footwork game for him to be able to circle along the reach and circle the outside of the cage and land that left hand. He's going to be integrating some unorthodox kicks to try to throw Alvarez off, but he's going to have to deal with the forward pressure movement that he got entire night. And, one takedown, you watch Conor's arms get full of blood and starts breathing hard, and Alvarez does not slow down.
I'll tell you a Eddie Alvarez story real quick. So we were in Bodog together, and this goes back to about 2008. And Bodog was great. I don't know if you followed them or if you remember them, but they had awesome shows, and we went all over the world, Russia and Costa Rica. We're going all these different places. And, I mean, they're just losing money left and right. We had some shows, Tim, where they didn't even sell tickets. You couldn't come if you wanted to. I have no idea how the revenues on this thing penciled, but they showed us a great time. And one of the partners in it were these Russian mobsters. And we knew they were gangsters. Right, but they're running Bodog. We're fighting for Bodog. So we're out in Russia, and after the card, they throw a party on a yacht. And Eddie Alvarez is at the party. And some guy hits a girl that's one of the ring card girls or something. He physically abuses her, so Eddie just knocks the guy out. Well, that dude's a connected gangster whose boss is throwing this party on this private boat. And there was this big to-do, how are we going to handle this? On one hand, we have to kill him, and on the other hand, we can't. That's Eddie Alvarez, and what are we going to do? So it ended up nothing happened. Now, that part of the story I can 100% confirm is true. Here's the part I'm speculating, but the rumor was that the way that these mobsters handled it is they took Eddie out somewhere, dug a hole, explained to him what was going to happen, and then didn't do it. And that part, that could totally be false, but the first 75% of that story is true. And I think there's a little bit of legs to the other 25%. But Eddie made it home safe. There you go.
That's insane. From the things I've heard about Bodog, I think that sounds very probable.
And I'll tell you what that situation was for Eddie when they were out there in that field, Tim. You know what that was? That was not ideal. That was not an ideal situation he found himself in.
Oh, God. No, it's not. No.
He's fighting Conor McGregor at UFC 205, November 12th, Madison Square Garden. But he is joining us first on the phone right here. How about this? Very exciting stuff. Eddie Alvarez on line number one. Eddie, are you there?
What's up, Ariel?
How are you, sir?
I'm excellent, man. Couldn't be better.
This fight is less than 2 months away, but, it had been brewing for quite some time. Rare for a fight this big to come together this late. So were you already preparing for Conor, hoping that it gets done at some point so that you could be ahead of the curve?
I was preparing. Didn't have to be necessarily for Conor. I was just preparing, and I think maybe 6 weeks ago, just back in the gym, back with my strength and conditioning coaches. We started probably sparring weeks ago as well. So when this was announced, I was already in a camp, already preparing, already getting ready to be conditioned to be ready to fight on MSG, and if not MSG, on a Toronto card.
So one of the big takeaways from the press conference, as you know, is Conor coming out and sort of mocking you for the deal that you cut. Was that a low blow?
Mm-hmm. A low blow?
Yeah.
On me?
Yeah. Did you feel like he crossed some sort of, I don't know, invisible line?
No, I don't. I'm happy with the money that I'm ready to make. I think you have to earn the right to be able to draw a line in the sand and say, this is what I want. And I think fighters need to be prepared to walk if you're willing to, if that's the case. And I don't think this was one I was prepared to walk away from. I think it's too sweet. I think the opponent, it's too good of a style matchup opponent. The money's good. Everything about the fight is good. It wasn't one I was willing to walk away from at this time. So, I wasn't going to sit there and nickel and dime the UFC about negotiating the deal. The deal was good. The deal's fine. I'm fine by it.
Were you surprised that he had that information? And if so, how do you think he got it?
A little bit surprised. Yeah, I don't know if he should be having stuff like that, or he should know things like that about how much money I'm making and things of that sort. I don't know who told him or what was what, but I know management teams talk in order to get deals done, and so maybe it was the management teams talking, letting them know what each other got done and what they have to do to get the fight done itself. So, but what does he give a shit? I mean, I don't care. He seemed like kind of a little angry about it, right? I don't know why he was so angry about it. He seemed like upset about that I took the deal. It was a little weird to me.
You think he was hoping that you wouldn't?
Yeah, I don't know if there was a stipulation, like if I asked for more money, that the fight's off or something. Maybe he wanted the fight to be off. I don't know. I'm not sure. He just seemed a little bit angry about it.
What were you guys saying to each other when you were squaring off?
Dana was putting a belt on him, and I told him, yeah, give him the little boy belt. I said, you take that little boy belt, and he got mad about that. That pissed him off a little bit. That he had the smaller weight class belt. He puffed his chest up, right, and tightened his pants up, and he got real tall.
Your run in the UFC thus far is pretty much unprecedented. You know, given the people that you have fought: Cowboy, Gilbert, Pettis, RDA, and now Conor. Honestly, now no one's listening. Do you truly believe that Conor is the easiest of that bunch as far as opponents and the test that he presents to you is concerned?
Yes. 100%. No one's listening. I do.
Why?
I do. I know. Why do I?
Yeah. What makes you think he's so easy?
I think every other one of them opponents that you mentioned they have a well-rounded skill set, and even if the fight goes to another realm of MMA where you're going from standing up to ground to jiu-jitsu. Everyone's tough in each one. They're well versed to the point where they can hang with some of the toughest guys in the world in any aspect of the sport. And I don't think he can. I don't. From what I've seen, and not only that, the conditioning aspect is it's just not a good level of conditioning. The last Nate Diaz fight was a very big eye opener for me. So I do. I truly, sincerely feel. Usually when I square off with a man, my heart rate goes up. I feel something. I never felt so unthreatened by a human being when I was up on stage with him.
Wow. Nothing he does concerns you.
That's a God's honest truth. I never felt so unthreatened by another man.
And it's been a long career for you.
It's been a long career. Long.
Okay, so the next 7 or so weeks, probably going to be nuts. You're going to be pulled in many different directions. Are you prepared for this? How are you going to handle this road to 205? Because speaking of that long career, you've never been a part of anything. I mean, none of us have been a part of anything like this. This is going to be, I mean, this is historic stuff. The first show at MSG, etc. I don't need, you don't need me to tell you. Mentally, how are you going to deal with all the other stuff outside of just preparing for the fight, which is the easiest for you?
I have a lot of practice along the way. I know what to keep first. I know how to prioritize. I know how to keep things. I know how to keep what's most important, keep that important, and make sure that I'm being accountable, being responsible, and doing everything that I need to do to win the fight. I've had a lot of practice, a lot more than him, a lot more than other guys in this division. So it's not going to be a concern of mine going into this. There's no reason why I can't get up, why I can't continue to, no matter how much media obligation or what's going on, why I can't continue to work on the game plan, work on my art, and be conditioned and be ready to go in there and fight.
Sometimes we see Conor talk about other opponents, he gets under their skin. I think it worked with Jose Aldo. Has he said anything thus far to piss you off, to get under your skin? Are you worried that you might fight too emotionally?
No way. Not even a little bit.
Okay.
Like I was being completely honest with you, and I said I enjoyed the press conference. I don't take anything personal. If you know me as a person, even when someone's like trying to be like legitimately malicious to me and saying things to me, it's really, really hard for me to take things personal from anyone. I just kind of enjoy the show, and I think that's what I'm going to do November 12th. I won't get too emotional about anything, and the job will get done. It'll get done violent and quickly, and everyone will, I don't know. I'm not sure. Are they going to boo or are they going to cheer? I don't know what's going to go on, but I know my people coming up from Philadelphia, they're going to be going nuts.
Well, speaking of that, he was asked a couple times his prediction. I don't think you were asked yet. Do you have an official prediction?
A prediction for the fight?
Yeah, how do you see it going down? How do you see it playing out?
We'll have to see.
Do you see something yet, or is it too early? Because you said violent and early. No, I just heard you say.
Look, I'm not. Fights are unpredictable. We're not quite sure what's going to happen. I'd be lying, just like he is, if I went and spit something out. He made his prediction after I got him angry, which was. It's a telltale sign that his prediction was forced. It wasn't something he thought. He just made it up because he got angry.
So there's no vision that you see right now as far as the way the fight is going to play out.
You guys will all see the vision on November 12th, and it'll be a beautiful image.
Did you get a chance to go into MSG to look around? Did you do anything there?
Yeah, we did some filming we did filming on that. Was it Thursday or Wednesday? Where we shot the promo and things like that, and it was it's surreal, man. What a cool ass event! It seems like sort of intimate, and I don't know, man. I'm gonna enjoy myself for sure.
Well, it's amazing to hear you describe it that way. What a cool ass event, and you're the freaking headliner. You're the guy on the poster. To me, this is one of the best stories of the year. That Eddie Alvarez, considering everything that you've been through, the ups and downs, fighting the Underground King. The Underground King makes it on the marquee of the most anticipated event in UFC history. There is some beautiful poetry in there.
I'm excited, man. Lot of big things going on, and November 12th, after November 12th, when we let the world know what's what and we get some things sorted out, I guess people will think I'm really important. I'm really good at fighting after that.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean when we sort some things out after November 12th? What are you alluding to?
No, not alluding to anything. I'm just saying we'll get this fight sorted out and let people know who's the better of us too. And once that gets sorted out, people understand that there's a lot more to fighting than Conor McGregor.
And that's when you ask for the new contract, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Well, Conor seems to know a lot about my contract. Maybe I'll have him renegotiate.
Last thing, if you don't mind me asking, could you give us a ballpark how much you expect to make from this fight since it's such a big deal?
Millions.
Millions. So anyone who's worried about how much Eddie Alvarez is making, they should stop worrying.
Don't be so worried. It's my money anyway.